Okay, let's get into this. Our girl Sha'Carri Richardson, track star, she competed in the Prefontaine Classic over the weekend, and she placed ninth place in the 100-meter race. And that was supposed to be the big face-off because she didn't get to run against the Jamaicans in the Olympics in the entire field. So she was hyping herself up like track stars do. But people really went in on her on social media about her loss. One Twitter wrote, "If Sha'Carri started off respecting her competition, this would be a different story. People would be commending her for trying and failing against the greats. Shit talking without the talent makes for a bad time." Hold up. Let's not act like the girl don't have talent. That's hard. That's right. Like, come on. Roland Martin tweeted, "Damn, Sha'Carri got smoked at the Prefontaine like a big Jamaican blunt." That was brutal. If you're gonna write checks, they can't bounce. She finishes ninth. She got humbled real fast by the world's top sprinters. And last but not least, one user wrote, "Y'all always have a bad habit of wanting to humble people, especially Black women." What do y'all think about the world, trying to humble Black women? And what do you think about how they loved her one minute and seemed to some of them hate her the next? What do y'all think, ladies?
Such a thin line between hyping yourself up as your own competition, as your own hype person, you know what I mean? Because you got to think you the best. That's their mentality, you know what I mean? Or what they need to go in there for a competition, for a real strategy, you know what I mean? And then the flip side is that when you say humble yourself, first of all, we all should be humble and to a certain degree and be thankful to the Almighty. That's first of all. Second of all, I think what they're referring to is more of, I don't want to say the shit talking, but the way that she came off. It is not more so of what she said, it's just the how she said. And then it's almost like, "Oh, baby, don't make them make you look like that, sound like that, and do that because you're still a athlete. You know what I mean? You're still representing all of us and we're still rooting for you. So just stay right there in the pocket, stay classy, get in there and do your thing. Let your talent show what it is that your mouth is trying to do."
Yeah, I think they just didn't like that she was her super own hype team, So when she got smoked, which she wasn't ready, them girls been running for the past month, like killing, breaking records. Them Jamaican chicks is coming with horsepower, literally. So she was not ready to go with them girls. They've been killing the game. So, but that was a wake-up call. Go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board. She just wasn't ready. She wasn't.
Selena, what do you think?
It's the after interviews for me. It's one thing to, because Michael Jordan talks shit, a bunch of athletes talk shit, that's part of sports. It makes it fun. It makes it like, oh man, everybody got their sides. Let me see what this person say, and we were all really waiting for Sha'Carri Richardson to really turn up, because it was an unfortunate thing that she, blew her first chance to be in the Olympics for the very first time. So we were really, and, the mother passing away. So, we just really wanted her to come in and turn up. But the facts are, what's the young lady's name, Claudia, that won the race?
Elaine Hara.
Yeah. Okay. Now, precisely. The fact that that name is not rolled off the tongue immediately, there's a problem with that. This woman ran a 10.5, which is the second fastest time in the world under Flo. Okay. And why aren't we really talking more about she did, a Black woman won, and then another Black woman came in after her with a 10.6, So, and Sha'Carri Richardson's best time for the pre-Olympic trial was like 10.7. So they're all extremely exceptional athletes. She lost. She took an L. Not only did you lose, you took a bad L.
I tell you why, Selena, we ain't talking about
let me, okay, because we just like to keep dumb shit up. But I just feel like, okay, so you lost in ninth place. That's a good little lesson. Sometimes it's nothing wrong with talking trash. Nobody's trying to humble you, okay? Sometimes you just got to let your legs do all the running besides your mouth. Sometimes you just got to come out there and let your talent show what time it was. And that's what they meant by backing it up. So all you got to do now, like even after the interview, she should have just been like, It's cool. You know, I took an L. The other women were amazing. They trained for it. They, you know, we all trained. We all did the best we could. They got the best of me, but it's going to be another time and I'm going to be ready. Like, just leave it at that. Then come in next time, turn up, you know, because you're still young. But I think the whole, you know, all the haters and all that talking and stuff, like, you just talking too much. Like, you ain't got to explain yourself. Just be like, I took an L. I fell off. You know what I'm saying?
Back to the drawing board.
Turn up next time.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this as a former, I ran nowhere near their level, but I ran a little something. And with track, which I want to be in that race. I would have got. You think she got smoked? I'd have been in 15th place. Okay. So track. I'm gonna say a couple of things. Track and field is certainly it's an individual sport, and you are your own hype man. And I will say this: when the Maurice Greens and the Usain Bolts, when they flaunt, no one even bats an eye. We think it's confident, it's dope. We like that shit. It's actually pretty dope. Nobody likes a win when a woman does it. I'm just gonna say that. That's out the gate.
Absolutely.
Yes, she could have been humbled, but why? In sports, we love when someone dunks and sticks their tongue out and talks they shit. We be like, hell yeah. But when a woman does it, well, a woman in 9th place does it, it ain't that cool. We get that. If she would have won, we would have been okay with it. I will say this. I think, you know, people gonna come to me and say this. She doesn't have that, that media training. She's a very raw talent. And I also feel like she's very defensive because a lot of people did come for her. A lot of Black people came for her too, saying she got a body like a boy. I'm sorry, when you run track, you ain't gonna have a lot of hips. They were coming for her hair and her nails. Yeah, and you didn't. Yeah,
that's gone. Yeah. You're right.
I think her body's sharp. I think her body's bad.
I do too, and I think she's not used to. Like, she reminds me a little
bit. The lashes, the nails, the colored hair.
She reminds me a little bit of Cardi B. When Cardi B was so raw and talented, but she really had a problem when people came for her. She responded to it and it affected her. She wasn't good at like playing it off like, I ain't tripping. I think Sha'Carri wears her heart on her sleeve. You know what I'm saying?
She with maturity. And hopefully with maturity and other opportunities. Somebody gonna get her and groom her. Because she's definitely got a bright future.
You just gotta
gonna learn. The best thing is when you see yourself. Because that camera don't lie.
That's right.
I mean, but at the end of the day, she got
unless she used to see herself like that.
Some people don't even get interviewed when they get in 9th place. She got interviewed in 9th place.
Well, how about she didn't even make it, that she wasn't even in the Olympics and has all these endorsements. I see her in all kinds of endorsements because they had big plans for her. You know, so if she could just like, listen, when you miss 2 weeks of a track meet, like it's hundreds of a second that's separate them. It ain't a big difference. You can get smoked and really you only lost by 0.3 seconds. And that's a lot in track. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. It looks like a lot on the track. But anyways, I'm still rooting for her. I love an underdog story and I want to see her come back and regroup and get it and get up in that top 3. Cause I think she belongs in the top 3. I really do. I don't know about first.
We'll see.
It's coming.
All right.